It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. In a world ruled by giants, sneaker giants like Nike and Reebok and Adidas, starting a sneaker company almost seems like it's impossible. It seems like something you shouldn't even try. I mean, these huge companies got budgets, they've got advertising, they've already got a market, and it seems like the market's all lit up. But that's not what a little known brand called Allbirds believe. They believe, you know what? We can get into this market. We can do something different. We can differentiate ourselves from other folks. Just an interesting fact, in 2020, that's 2020, Nike alone spent $3.9 billion on just advertising, which was more money than the sneaker company Allbirds was worth at the time. Imagine getting in that. But the owner at the time, said, wait a minute. Nike is bombarding the world with advertising. Adidas and Reebok are talking about technology and making this thing very complicated. What can we do? Tim Brown said, you know what? He's a former soccer player. He says, let me go ahead and team up with someone who really understands shoe technology, and let's do something different in the world. Let's have a different message. Let's reach our target audience differently. And what they did is, and this is the big takeaway for you as a CEO, they decided to focus on two things. They decided to focus on, number one, doing something good for the environment. So he was from New Zealand. He said, you know what? Why don't we do something that's eco-friendly, that's friendly to the environment? Number two, he says, let's make it simple. Individuals want comfortable shoes that are very simple without all the complex technology, and at the same time, they feel very comfortable. What a unique position. What a unique selling proposition to really set himself from the market. So Allbirds succeeded by providing alternatives to what was going on in the market. Here's my big takeaway that you could have that Allbirds did. Number one, have a unique selling proposition, something that positions your market differently than your competitors. That's number one. Number two, find out what they want. So while it may not all been about the shoe, that he knew a population of his folks were very, what I would call, environmental friendly. And he said, we can do something for the environment. We can do some good. We can produce a comfortable shoe, and we can keep it simple. We do that, and we got ourselves a market. So he found his own market. That is the key. So what's the big takeaway, Shay? Well, it's about three things: differentiation, market, sales investment with a sales language, and number three, well, word of mouth. Nothing beats word of mouth. And today, Allbirds Sneakers is the juggernaut that we know that it is today. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. I'm super excited to be here this morning. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm excited to be here. Every morning, we'd like to start off with our personal mantra. And our personal mantra is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Why, Shay? Why would you say that? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. Why don't you repeat after me, please? Repeat after me right now, just as a CEO of the entire company, but for your organization. Repeat after me these words: if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. So we're going to take the next 15 minutes and we're going to focus on the one area we know that makes a difference, and that's focusing on sales. Now, every morning we also have a pledge, and our pledge is, I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. And this is something we say every single day, because we know one thing that's very, very important is that the pledge is what we believe, it's inside of our heart, and is what we stand for. So go ahead and repeat this after me this morning. As the CEO of the sales organization, I have to learn something new. Go ahead and repeat that after me if you would. In order to earn new revenue, I got you, from existing clients, in order to get old and new clients to return. I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Now, when we get together every morning, we have really three core objectives. And our number one objective is sales progress. So we're going to take a look at where we are right now in the month. You slow down for a second and just take a look at where we are in the month. So it's about sales progress. Number two is about handling any objections that we have. There's roadblocks. Anything in life, there's roadblocks. And number three, this is my favorite, is to understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. Let me make sure you have those 5 sales pillars. I do it every morning, but you tune in, you, the CEO of the sales organization. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Number one is we must have a sales plan. So we have a CEO one-page sales plan. If you're watching right now and you don't have a CEO one-page sales plan, head over to www.ceosalesplan.com. Number two, it takes a sales message. Sales cycle. That's from the time we meet the client or prospect all the way till they're ready to make a buy-in decision. And then number three is our sales message. We just talked about a case study that the whole message was focused on their ideal prospects. And number four, which is very important, is the CEO sales dashboard. We've got to understand what gets measured, gets managed. We're going to talk about that. That's one of my favorite segments to do here. And then last but not least is you got to have a sales team. Even if you're the number one sales team, we've got to have a sales team. Now, if you haven't downloaded the CEO sales dashboard, head over to www.ceosaleshuddle.com and you can download it now, by the way. Now, as you come aboard every morning, I love to say hello. It's a great time for us to check in. Do me a favor, look right below the video as you're tuning in. Look right below the video and put these words, hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is the bat signal that you're here. You're in the conversation. We're doing this together. Isn't that so cool, by the way? And for those folks that are watching the replay, put hashtag replay. Now, this is you connected with other CEOs that are all over the planet right now. Hashtag replay. And for everyone who watches online, you download the podcast, thank you. You're watching on one of the streaming platforms, thank you, whether it's Apple TV or Roku or wherever you're watching today, we really appreciate you. Even if you're on one of our power partners, thank you for tuning in. The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. You think about where else can you tune in every morning and take 15 minutes to really tune in? And what is our big why? Our big why is all about sales growth, accountability, and consistency. Now, you may have heard this before, that consistency is the key, but what consistency is the key, and having said that, what do most people struggle with most? They struggle with consistency. That's no longer here because you're tuning in now for 15 minutes. Only ask for 15 minutes a day. As a CEO, we all have 1,440 minutes in every day. So we ask for 15 minutes a day to tune in, to focus on the one area. Now, you think about it, 1% of the day, you get to tune in for this time right now to focus on the sales organization, which drives the revenue in the business. And if you can't focus on sales as a CEO, then you just can't be in business. Now, we're going to talk about the CEO sales dashboard. This is our number one tool. CEOs had a challenge. And the challenge was, Shay, what do I need to measure every day? There's a lot going on in my sales department. I get a lot of reports on my desk. From a sales perspective, what should I be focused on? And we shared 5 key areas, just 5, that if you focus on these 5, you will see a change. And the CEO sales dashboard is the number one way the CEOs get to $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable income. And isn't that a huge difference? Isn't that what makes the difference in the world? So you go ahead right now. You go ahead and pull up the CEO sales dashboard. If you don't have it open right now, open it up. And our whole mantra is what gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets better. So I'm going over to the CEO sales dashboard right now. Hopefully you're with me right now. You're opening yours up right now. And as you're opening up the CEO sales dashboard, go ahead right now, open it up. I want you to scroll down. Now, we've got 5 categories. We look at leads, we look at appointments, we're looking at offers, we're looking at deals, we're looking at repeat business. Now, go across the top. And we do this every morning. Now, some of you got this already filled out. Congratulations, your team did this for you. Others of you, I got to eat text. You do this right now in this present moment. And this is the highest and best use of your time. Okay? So you tune in right now and go across the top and find the day's date. Now, once you find the day's date, scroll down. Now, once you scroll down, I want you to go ahead and look at a couple key categories on here. Let's give it to them a little differently. A couple key categories. Now, if you haven't downloaded the CEO Sales Dashboard, go right now. Go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. I want you to download it. And I want you to go look and say, okay, how many leads came in? Now, we're going to take one category today. Let's take one category. Let's give them one category. And when they look at that one category, go all the way to the right-hand side, and let's look at leads. Now, you can adjust the spreadsheet. I get that. But here are a couple that I know works for many of you. The first one is, how many leads were new to your CRM yesterday? And some of you go back to last week, how many leads were new to your CRM over the last week? And then of those leads, how many leads over the last week, or you can do the month if you want, how many were engaged? Now, you're putting down the numbers from yesterday, but you're looking at today's date and you're tracking back. Now, what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So I'm going to encourage you, if you haven't downloaded the CEO Sales Dashboard, there's no cost. Go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com, ceosalesdashboard.com. There's no charge. There's no cost. There's no money involved. This is all about you building the business as the CEO. And I know you've got a lot going on, but let me tell you, sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out, you would probably agree, than there is coming in. So let's all agree on one thing. Sales is really serious business. Then we don't just do the sales. We don't just stop there. We take a look. We slow down. Now, there are other categories before I get into that. There are other categories. We've got appointments. We've got offers. We've got deals. We've got repeat business. There's a number of other categories. But this morning, I just wanted to focus on leads because for many of you, your sales department, if you get in front of more qualified folks, then you're going to have a conversation. And really, the sales organization really just boils down to three things that the sales organization is focused on every day. Number one, it's focused on finding people with a problem. Now, if marketing does their job, which we love marketing, we need marketing. Marketing and sales go together like peanut butter and jelly. But if marketing is doing their job, then there's leads coming in every day of people who have a problem who will qualify. If they're not, our number one responsibility is to go find folks with a problem. Our second responsibility in the sales organization, because it only comes down to people, processes, and tools, only three things, is from the people perspective is to talk to people who have a problem. So we share, look, there's a problem in the world. We all agree with that. That's why your company's in business. Here's exactly how you solve the problem. Got it. So we're finding people with a problem. We're talking to people with a problem. And then on here, one of the areas that we talk about every single day on the CEO Sales Dashboard is we also come down and say, well, how many offers are being made? Now, the offers are important because an offer means you talk to someone, they were interested, you shared how you work, and then you ask them if they'd like to take the next step. And it's either yes or no. Right. And business is business. Okay. I'm on a rant, but I hope you hear where my heart is when it comes down to the CEO Sales Dashboard, because I know for many of you, this one tool will change the trajectory of your business. It's helped more of my successful clients. And I know with 100% certainty, if you're sitting there and you're not measuring it, it's very hard to manage it. I mean, you could by osmosis just in top of your head be able to do that, but sales is so important. It's like if you're trying to diet and exercise, you're probably going to step on a scale every morning, right? You're probably going to measure how many times you go to the gym. Then it makes sense for any area. Anyway, let me get on. It's a principle. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Head on over and download the CEO Sales Dashboard right now. I promise you, some of you who send this to me, you don't have to, but if you fill it out this morning, send me a little note. Drop me a DM over at I am Che Brown and say, hey, Che, I got my CEO Sales Dashboard done. I promise you, hanging in with me every morning for 15 minutes, I promise you, it'll change the trajectory of your business. Okay, enough of that. I'm on a rant. Enough of that. Let's look at the next segment that we have. The next segment we have is one of my favorite segments, which is we celebrate any wins. And why do we do that? Because we have a philosophy, and this could be the philosophy of your company as well. And here it is. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So we're going to focus on what wins that we have. So let's go ahead and ask ourselves three questions. Number one, what are you most proud of in the sales department yesterday? If you want to look at last week, you can, but just yesterday. What was your biggest accomplishment in the sales department yesterday? I'm not talking about for yourself personally. I'm not talking about any other area right now. Just what are you most proud of? And then last, if you can come on here and brag right now, and we could bring you aboard. And I said, what was your biggest accomplishment in the sales department last week or yesterday? What would it be? Powerful people ask powerful questions. Why, Shay? Because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So now we're going to look at, life's not perfect. There are some challenges. So what are some challenges that we have? What are some hurdles that we have to overcome? And let's ask ourselves a couple questions. Number one, what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? Number two, what's preventing you today from moving forward? And number three, what's the one thing you can do today that can move the trajectory of the needle and write it down and make a decision. And that's what you're going to do right now. Like, I want you to tune in right now. Listen to me very carefully. Tune in right now and say, okay, I do this one thing. It moves the complete needle of the company, especially from a sales perspective. My message to you of the day is focus on sales. My message to you today is focus on the sales structure, the sales system, the sales funnels, and the sales strategy that you're using in your business. You do that, and you will see your sales go up because I believe in you. I know you're a winner. I know you're a champion. I know where your heart is. I know you're doing the right thing. I know you're making a difference in the world. And I believe as you're watching right now, as the game changer you are, as the world changes you are, I believe for you, your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Che Brown. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you as the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless. I'm out of here. Peace. See y'all later.